Okay.
You can see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's nice. Please, can you be raising your voice? I can't hear you properly.
Okay, okay.
All right. Now you can see my charts, right?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, now before I start first, I want to explain some few things. As I need you to understand something first, because currently, right now, before I will start anything, I need you to understand how the market actually moves. As in real life, you understand me, right? So,
Okay.
so what I'm going to do, forget about multiple time frame analysis for now. I'm still going to teach you that, but for now, I need you to grab the basics as in to see from my own perspective how the market actually moves. You get my point? Now,
Oh,
now let's say for example now, like I said before, there are three types of trend, right? When the market is trending up, and when the market is trending down, and when it is ranging. You get? Now, how do you
yeah.
identify a trending market? Hello?
To identify the trade market is when there is a bullish market going up to
Yeah, how do you
identify
know that the
the
market, how
higher
do you
high,
know that
the higher high and
uh-huh.
the lower high.
Yeah, okay, that is
We are
beautiful.
going to spot it in area.
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, now how do you identify when the market is going down?
To identify the market going down, we will identify the lower low and the lower high.
All right, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. What about the ranging market? Do you trade the ranging markets?
I to identify that to identify that it depends on the touches on the resistance and support to know if the market is
Okay,
in a
okay,
range
okay, okay.
area.
Look, brother, let's not confuse ourselves here. The three types of markets: a trending market,
Okay.
that is when the market is trending on uptrend, when it's trending down a downtrend, and when it is ranging. Now we only get involved when and only if the market is trending. That is when the market is in an uptrend or on a downtrend. Avoid ranging market. Nah, it's not for us, okay? So when you see when the market is ranging, just avoid it. You get?
I understand.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, now I've always been telling you that um when the market is trending up, it's making this type of movement. You get? You get?
Yes.
This is the type of movement that it makes,
Yes.
right? Now, with
Lower,
this you can
lower.
with this you can easily identify that the market is trending up, right? Now, what do you do in an
Yes.
uptrend? You buy. After identifying that the market is
Yes.
doing this high, it's making this type of It's doing this high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low. Now, after identifying this, what are you now looking for? Are you looking to buy or to sell in this type of structure?
This type of structure, we we can't say yet.
Huh?
We are looking for buy. We
Very
are
good.
looking for buy
Very good. I love how you put it.
because
Uh-huh.
because it already confirmed the last swing high.
Okay, okay. That's nice. That is nice. Now look, bro. The market cannot always be this neat. You get? But when you understand
Okay.
when you understand the market very well, you can look in this perspective and say, yes, this is a trending market. Now, let's say, um, let's say for example, now let's take it like this. Now, like, yeah, we all say that the market moves like this, moves like this, moves like this, moves like. Nah, it's not always this neat. Sometimes, the market, the market moves like this. It can move like this, go up, go down, go up, go up. Stuff like this. You get my point? Huh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I gave you a video to watch about trend lines. Now, first thing first, sorry about that. Now, first thing first, sorry, let me clear my chat so that let's go back. Okay, now first thing first, the use of the trend line is very, very simple. You don't use it as an entry signal, as in the way that just because like this is a trend line now, just because market
Yes.
just because market is, they say that as far as the market is trending above it, right, that is still in an uptrend, right?
Yeah.
I want to break everything down for you. Just
Yes.
because the market broke this trend line does not give you the guarantee to start selling. Although it's trying to tell you that yes, there's a reversal at play, but it does not necessarily mean that 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 the sell has already begun. You get my point? It's just like a
Okay.
brick wall that is trying to show you the direction of the trade, just like moving averages. You get. But me, I don't like using an indicator, so I just like mainly price action. That's why I use a trend line. You get my point? So the trend line can actually show you the main direction of the trend. You get. Like this now, you can see that the market is moving up. Now look here, the market broke this trend line. Now you can say to yourself, yeah, there's a reversal at play. Now, how do you know when truly that this market has changed from an uptrend to a downtrend? Do you have any idea?
You mean as the market is now?
Yeah, okay, the market is going up. It broke this trend line. I told you that if the market breaks the trend line, it does not necessarily mean that it has changed trend. Now, how can you now identify when the market has truly changed the trend?
Because due to the what you draw down now, it's yet to break the last downswing,
Okay,
the
okay,
low
that is
high.
beautiful. That is beautiful. I
Yet to
love that.
break it.
It means they are reading up. That is good. Now, okay, let me make it clear for you right now. Okay. How do I do this again? Okay, now Like we keep saying, the market, when the market is trending up, it goes up. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We keep saying that when the market is going up, it goes up, down, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Now, the market is trending up in an uptrend. You get?
Yes.
Now, let's say
Yeah.
in this situation that the market stops making this high or low, a high or low, a high or low, a high or low, and it just eventually starts making a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high. What does it show?
Changing of trend.
Very good, very good, very, very good. Now, for you to identify when the trend has changed properly so that you can enter as fast as possible, because the market cannot always be trending forever. It's just for you to get in at the right time. I'll still teach you all those things, but for now, I just need you to understand the basic market movement as we go into the chart so that it won't really be confusing to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now, I want you to note something again. Now, now, this is your trend line. The market started from here. It did this and started doing this. It moves quite a long way from the trend line. You get my point? Or let me just put it
Yes.
like this. Let me put it like this so that nobody will be confused. This is your trend line. The market moves like this, comes back to the trend line, comes back again, then did this as in this type of impulsive move. You get my point? Now,
Yeah.
now the market starts doing this as in inside that trend line. Get my point here? Inside that trend line, the market started doing a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low. Get this kind of points now. What do you call this? Will you say that the trend has changed?
Yes. The trend is not changed yet
Okay, very good. Why?
because since we have already spot the first lower high to
Okay,
guide up the trend line upward.
very good,
So it's yet
very
to
good.
break the trend line we used to guide the trend.
Okay, that's nice, that's nice. Now look here. As far as the market made this high, this low, this high here, get my point? This high here that made this high,
Yeah.
because this one is actually bigger than this one. Get my point? And this high now
Yes.
created a low. This low now made this high. You get? And now came back
Yes.
and started doing this. As far as the market has not taken out this last low that made the last high, the market is still in an uptrend. You
Yes, I grab.
grab very good. Let me clean up. Let's go it again in a downtrend. This is a downtrend. The market makes this low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and maybe eventually it starts making this kind of structure, maybe a high, a low, a high, a low. As far as the market has not broken, okay, let me go at it like this. The market made a high, sorry,
Low.
it made a low. This low now,
Yeah.
this low now made another high
High.
that is bigger than this one. It made another low. You get? As far as the
Another
market,
high.
yeah, as far as the market is still below here, it's still on a downtrend. You get? And it's also trending below this trend line. That's what the trend line used to. It used to guide you on the trend. Get?
I understand.
Yeah, very good. Now, this low This one now, this one now made another low. It broke this one. You get? You broke it. Now, as far as the market is still
Yes.
trending below here, it's still on a downtrend. No matter what movement it does, even if it breaks this one here, as far as it's still trading below this here now, it's still on a downtrend. Do not confuse yourself with anything else. This is just the basic that you need to understand. You get? You understand the principles now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any question?
I don't really have any question on the trend you explain now. Just that to identify the trend, we just need to know when to spot the swing low, right? The two
Yeah,
swing low
yeah,
and the two swing high
yeah,
to know if the trend will continue, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's just I notice here.
Okay, okay. Now, after understanding this basic price movement, how the movement works, now, how do you make your entries? Forget about entries first. Now, where can you make your entries? That's the big question now, because that's practically what everybody wants to know. Where do you buy and where do you sell? You get? We are
Yes.
still going to go about entries, but for now, you need to know where you will buy and where you will sell. Now, now, this let's take it now that sorry, the market made a high, it made a low, it made another high. Now, what are you now waiting for now? Our strategy is very simple. After identifying the trend of the market, or after identifying when the trend has changed, what are you now looking for? You're not looking for the market to make this high. Get my point now. You're not waiting for the market to make this high and make this low and wait
Yes.
for it to break this high. You get? Now, after it has broken this high, what are you now waiting for? Huh? What are you now waiting for? Hello? Hello, are you still there?
We are waiting for it to
Huh?
be
Hello, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, I can hear you.
I asked a question now. Can you still see my screen?
No, I can't see it anymore. It's still sharing. It start to sharing. It's loading.
Can
Yes,
you
I
see
can
it?
see it now.
Okay. Now I asked you a question. If the market
Yes.
made, if the
The
market made this
question
type
that
of,
I
huh?
will I will wait for it to create the lower high. I will wait for it to make the second lower high.
Okay, you're waiting for a pullback or a retest. You understand?
Yes,
That's very, very
for the
basic and simple.
first high.
Yeah. Now I'll still teach you how to enter properly because it's not every time that the market comes back immediately that you buy. There are certain things you have to wait for before you actually buy. You get, because the market can equally just come and do
Okay.
this type of thing, as in just break it off. Get my point? Hello?
Okay. Hello, I can get you.
Yeah, very good. Now, when the market comes back like this, you're looking to buy at this point. There's the point you're looking to buy, as basic as that. And when you now see And when you now see that the market has made a change in momentum, a candle pushing up like this, take your trade. As simple as this. Take your trade, put your stop loss below it. Go to your Take your 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. That is the one that I use. It's as basic as this. You get my point. Now at this point,
Okay.
at this place, this last swing high, as far as the market has reached there, you go break even. That you're in a risk-free trade now. You get.
Okay.
Now I need you to understand something, that the market, forget about manipulations, forget about any rubbish people are talking about. The market is just plain and simple. You get. Now the market doesn't lie, it doesn't cheat. Yeah, manipulations do happen, but I'm just trying to tell you to forget about all those things and, focus on the proper trading here. Okay. Now 90% of the time, with me right now, 90% of the time, because as you're trading, you also see this. 90% of the time, I can never say 100% because nothing is 100% sure in trading, but 90% of the times, when the market comes back for a retest and shows you a change in momentum and the candle closes strong like this above, and you enter your trade, 90% of the time, even though the trade wants to go wrong, it will at least give you the chance to break even. You understand me?
I understand you.
Yeah, very good. Now, the market has eventually reached here. We're in the break even now. You get.
Yes.
Now, you're
Yeah.
now going to for your 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, whatever, wherever, after doing your multi-time frame, because for you to know actually where the market will reach, you have to use multi-time frame analysis. You can't just enter blindly like this. You get my point. You need to know where the market is coming from, so that you know how, whether the retest is actually about to end, as in whether the trend is actually about to end, or if it's just still starting very strong. You get my point. Now, but that will be for
Yes.
later. As you're going into that now, I just want to make it plain and simple on a 15 minutes time frame, so that you can learn, as in you can backtest it maybe on your own now. So because sooner or later I'll start teaching you about multi-time frame analysis. But as for now, I need you to focus on one thing, so that you don't get yourself stressed. Okay. Now, now after doing this, after figuring out, and the market eventually hits your take profit, the same thing everywhere, the same thing, the market trends in every single time frame. No time frame is the same. I basically use 15 minutes time frame because I love the stop loss. It's not The stop loss is not too much. It gives me a small stop loss, because I mainly analyze from a daily time frame, 4 hours time frame, and then to 15 minutes time frame. The trade gives me a 4 USD stop loss or sometimes 6, but 7 at most. You get my point, because sometimes the candles close at a very awkward way. You get my point. That gives you a higher stop loss, but at most I don't get more than 8 USD stop loss. You get, that makes my risk reward ratio increase. And when I'm getting 8 USD stop loss, if I'm winning, I'm winning around 30 USD. So you get what I'm just trying to say now. Even though you're losing 2 or 3 trades and winning one, if you're losing 7 USD, and when you now win 30 USD, it makes perfect sense. It's not, if you're winning 7 USD, 7 USD, 8 USD, 11 USD, when you want to lose, you're losing 30 USD, 20 USD. I know you have seen a lot of traders trade like that, right? It doesn't make perfect sense.
Yeah.
I said, you won't even see yourself grow. Then you start saying there's no money in
Yes.
this, that it's a gamble. Stop, my brother, it's not a gamble. This is basically just about the numbers. Now, let me forget about what I'm saying and go back to what I'm. This is an uptrend. In a downtrend, it is the opposite of this. In a downtrend, you have to see that the market is doing this. You made this one. You have to wait for this one. Now it broke it. It broke it like this. Sorry. Now, as far as the market is still trading above here, this last high that made this low, get me, that made this low, is still
Yes.
in a downtrend. Now, what are you now waiting for now? After the market has made this low, this high, this low, you're now waiting for a pullback. As simple as that. The same thing, we're
Wow.
doing the same thing everywhere. I'm just trying to teach you the basics for now, because we soon enter the chart so that you don't get confused on what is actually happening there. Okay? Now,
Okay.
now you're now waiting for a pullback here. As simple as this. Do not overcomplicate matters with drawing rubbish on your chart, such as those trend lines that you were drawing yesterday. I get it. Bro, this is the real trading here. This is the market movement. Soon you will realize how to combine patterns like double top, double bottom, but let's not go into that for now. For now, I just need you to concentrate on this basic market movement. It is not hard. As far as you can see now, it is very simple. This is what I do every day, and you see my analysis like this. I post it on the group, and you see it working. This is just what I do. I do not trade with any other thing. Just simple market structure. You get. Now, the market has come back like this now. The market has come back. What are you now waiting for? A momentum, and then it go back. You enter your trade around, you don't make it very complicated. Enter your trade here to stop loss here, to stop loss here, and you go for the same risk reward ratio. That's it here. Trade risk reward ratio. It's just as simple as this. There's nothing complicated in this. When it reaches 1 to 1 here, you go break even and let it run. No need to overstress yourself, because I know how stress in trading can be when you don't really understand it. Trust me, I've tried when I was still learning this stuff on Mona paracetamol almost 3 times a day. It seemed very, very hard. Now I don't want anybody or any of my students to go through that again, and that is why I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. Now let's go into the chart. Or do you have any questions?
What I want to ask is that this the first one you first analyze, that's the uptrend. The second one is the downtrend.
Yeah.
There are some cases when there is some pullback move more than the first lower. You understand me?
Sorry,
But
I don't get. Come again.
all what I'm saying is that let's go with this downtrend. Last one you analyze now. You
Okay.
explain. as it is now,
Uh-huh.
the it already made the pullback,
Uh-huh.
but you have analyzed the an horizontal line from the last lower low.
Yeah, yeah,
You understand me?
yeah.
So that pullback, sometimes that pullback may go up more than the lower low.
Okay, okay, yeah. I understand what you are trying to say. But everything is all about keeping it simple and waiting for the right setup. Trust me, bro. Me personally, like I say, the market doesn't move this clean. The market doesn't always move this
Yes.
clean. But I'm telling you that most of the times the market moves this clean. But if the market should do otherwise, forget it. Don't trade it. Forget it. Opportunities that are neater than this will come. You get my point?
Okay.
Sometimes the market might do this.
I can.
The market might break. Instead of it to retest here, it will go up like this. This is what you mean, ba?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, yes,
And then things start coming back.
yes,
Now, in situations like this, do
yes.
not trade it. You do not trade it. Do not trade it. You get my point? As far as the candle has moved down, the candle has moved down. This is the point you're waiting for a retest, not here. Although some
Yes,
cases
yes.
there might be a week. Don't worry, with time you understand this properly. You get my point? Now, okay, let's let's get into the charts. Let's not waste time. Let's get into the charts, okay?
Oh,
Now,
yes.
hello? Now, with this now, let's just take an example of this. Now, the market was doing sorry, the market at this point was going down. You get this point, it was going down. Then the market broke. It broke this trend line. Okay, the market broke this trend line. And what are you now looking for? Possibly reversal at play. You get now look here, like I said, the market sorry, the market made this low, this high. As far as the market is still trading below here, it's still a downtrend, right?
Yes.
This low, sorry, this high made this low, you get, and it made this high. At this point, you are waiting for a retest here, right?
Yes.
But it didn't come. Then what do? You forget about it. I'm just trying to teach you the basics of all this. With time, you soon start to combine multiple time frame. I'm just trying to tell you show you how the market moves. It's not that if you come into your charts immediately, you start looking for structures that are breaking and stuff. You're only going to lose money, okay? But this how it works. Now, it made this high. This is a lower low, a lower high. As far as the market is still trading here, this low now made this one. As far as the market is still trading below, sorry, that was a mistake. This low now made this one, right? At this point,
Yes.
the market came back. Then this one now is now a lower high. This lower high now made this lower low. As far as the market is still trending, as in trending below here, this uptrend, this downtrend is still valid. It's still a downtrend.
Yeah.
Now here, we are expecting something. Sorry. Let me clean up here. We are expecting something like a retest at this zone. But you see what's happened? See what's happened? The market broke, came back, but it didn't show us a change in momentum. Did you see no candle closed below it as an at that point of retest? You saw it now. And that is the reason that you do not take a sell at that
Yes,
particular point, because
yes.
this should be a good sell, but it didn't actually activate. So now the market is just messing now, but the market is still here, right? As far as the market has not broken here and retested, it's still on a downtrend. You get my point? This low, right? You get?
Yeah,
So whatever we are doing,
yeah.
whatever we are doing, we are considering this low, right? Right? Now, here now, this is very, very plain and simple. It happens every time, everywhere. Now, the market has broken, finally broken. It broke. It came back. Now, look at what happened here. You saw that thing came back because it's not every time that the trend will just break, as in like this, come back. You just have to see it with the eye of a trader that this is a retest. It's not always that it's as neat as always. You get my point? But if you can be able to see from my own perspective or from the perspective of a good trader, you will know that yes, this is a retest because actually it's a retest. Now, here now, the thing broke. The thing broke. Let's say in 30 minutes time frame, let's check the structure that we see here. Network is bad. Okay, now in 30 minutes time frame, you see that this is a good break and retest, right?
Yes.
Let's go back to a 15 minutes time frame now. Now we are in a 15 minutes time frame now. Now the market broke in this particular structure. You get it broke in this particular structure. And what do I say you enter? You enter when you see the candle change
It changed.
direction, change in momentum. That's what it called. Now, this a bullish candle pushing up, showing that the trend as under that momentum has changed from the upside to the downside, and then you follow the momentum. It is not always this neat, but I assure you that if the market wants to go up, no matter what happens, it should not break below here. That's why we always have in my trading system, we always have very small stop loss. Do you see the reason now? It's very systematic. The
Yeah.
market is not supposed to break this low. As far as it's a trending market, it's not supposed to break this low. If it does otherwise, it means that it is going down. Forget about manipulation or shit like that. You just have to picture it this way. The market, for no reason, should not break here. It might come back. It might come back to retest at this zone, but it should not break it. Now, after identifying this change of momentum, and you see that the candle have closed, the candle needs to be closed. That's a 15 minutes close. And after seeing that the candle have closed, then what do you now do? You start buying. This at this point is the point that you start buying. Now, as simple as this, you go long. At this point, this way you made your entry. As simple as this. This is the stop loss for this. Nothing is too hard about this. At here, at here, at this high, you see at this high, it gives you a 1-to-1 risk to reward
Yes.
ratio. You understand what is happening here? When the market reaches
Yes.
this high, remember you're going for your 3 risk to reward ratio. There's 3 here now, 3. When the market reaches here, you go break even and let the market play out. As you can see, this is a beautiful take profit. Now, even here, even at this point, as you can see, the market is still trending. The market does the same thing every single time. It comes back, retest. You enter after the candle have closed here. Although this trade, this particular one was a break-even trade because it went break-even as soon as it reached here. So this, but nevertheless, I just need you to understand what's actually happening here. Now the market has also done this. It's created another. You made this high, this low, this high. You're waiting for a retest here. You made that retest. You made this high. You're waiting for a retest here. As simple as that. It didn't really come back because it's not every time the market will come back. Sometimes the market misbehaves. You get my point? It's not every time that the market will come back for a good retest. Sometimes it can just zoom off. And that's the problem why they say trading is all about waiting for that right moment for the market to wait patiently for the market to pull back. Now, the market did the same thing, went up. Let's say at this point now, the market has broken this place, right? This is the last swing high. What are you now waiting for? A retest of it. You get my point?
Okay. Yes.
This this is just very, very simple something. You're now waiting for a retest of it. For the market, for the market to come back, show you momentum, then as simple as that, you enter your trade, stop loss below, you go for your 3 risk to reward ratio or whatever reward ratio you're using. It's just as simple as this. Can you see that trading is not really just as a trading is not even hard. You just have to be patient enough and to be able to identify this trending market. You get for the market to be trending like this, it must be coming from a strong support in a higher time frame. Now with time you learn how to combine that, but I hope you have understood how practically the market moves. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any questions?
I have question. We are
Okay.
talking about the uptrend.
Okay.
So as it is now, the way you are calculating the ratio, I don't really understand. But this pullback, the first pullback in changing in momentum,
This
you know,
one,
some people say
is it this
yes,
one?
the first one
Uh-huh.
that we first put. Yes, yes,
Uh-huh.
that one. Some people, the way they calculate their take profit, they will say they should look the left side. You know,
Uh-huh.
we have some move at the left,
Yeah, yeah,
so they make they use the left side to take their profit.
yeah. I understand where you're going to. I understand
Is
where
that
you're
one
going.
matter?
Look, bro, let me make it as simple as possible. The market, this just don't confuse yourself. I need you to go back to your charts and you will see what I'm just trying to say. Go, okay, let me put it this way now. Yeah, people do consider the left side, but normally you should not. Just forget about what is happening there. Follow your risk to reward ratio. You get
Oh,
now, okay, look here
okay,
now.
I understand you.
Look here now. Let's say, let's say for example now.
You just
Let,
don't have to be greedy sometimes. That's just it.
let me show you something now, okay? Let's go to let's go to a 1 hour time frame. Oh, Jesus. Let me clean all this things. Clean every single thing. Okay, now let's go to a 1 hour time frame. Okay, now
Okay.
in the morning you were asking me if this trade was still going to sell. This was the setup you were asking me about, right? Huh? Or
Yes.
this was the setup.
Yes. Yes.
It looks kind of confusing now, but this was the setup. Now look at what I actually did in this setup. Look at what I actually did. Um, I started from, where did I start again? Started from the daily time frame. Now, what did I see in the daily time frame?
It's pushing up.
Very good. Now, from this now, the market is trending down, right? This is how to come and just I don't need you to put your mind here right now, as in I don't need you to start checking how to use multi-time frame analysis, but I just want you to understand what actually happened here. Okay, now from this now you can actually see that the market is trending down. Even a baby, a 1 year old baby can can tell you that, yeah, this market is trending down. Now, like I said,
Yeah.
you're using the trend line to first thing that comes in your mind now is, where do I make my entries here? How do I make my analysis? The first thing ever is to pull out your trend line first of all. Now I pulled out my trend line. I was able to connect this like this. I connected this like this, as simple as that. Now, what am I expecting? That the market, if the market should pull back to this trend line, and if it should give me reasons to start selling, I will sell to here, because basically when the market is trending down, sometimes it pulls back to a trend line if it does not see a lower low to pull back to. You get my point?
Yes.
If it does not see a lower low to pull back to, it pulls back to a trend line. Now, after it pulls back to this trend line, the market is even expected to pass this low and start going down. But for precautions, you set your target at this level. You get my point?
Yes.
Now, after identifying this, now I went down to a lower time frame. I went down to a broken 4 hours time frame, just to keep it simple, as in I was following the time frames simple by simple. Now from the 4 hours time frame, this is what I saw. At that particular time now, the market has not yet broken here. Get my point? The market has not yet shit. The market has not yet broken this trend line. It was still at this trend line. You get? So what was I
Okay.
now anticipating? I was now anticipating that if the market should show rejections from here, I'll start buying this market from a lower time frame, because in a lower time frame, the market was making this type of movement in a lower time frame. You get? That's how to use multi time frames. You get my point? So when the market is
Yes.
making this type of movement in a lower time frame, all this now is this type of movement. I need to wait for it to start making this type of movement. You get? You understand me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you still learn all these things that I'm talking about, but I just need to understand what I actually did. Now what I now did was, now I scaled down to a 1 hour time frame. Sorry. Now I scale down to a 1 hour time frame. In a 1 hour time frame, you can easily see the market movements. You can see the market movements here because um sorry. Now the market made this started from here, made this low. Price is still trending below here. It's still in an uptrend. This low made this high.
Yeah.
You get my point? And made this low. Here,
Yes.
it retested. Now went up. This low made this high. Came back, retested. Did you see how the market is moving? This is very, very simple. Now, this particular low, as far as the market is still trading above it, is still in an uptrend. You get? Now, this
And
low here made this high and came back again here at this particular zone, and this low made this high. As far as the market is still trending above here, this last one that made this high is still considered an uptrend. Now, this one made this one now. It's failing to make, it's making highs, but apparently it's not retesting. As in, it's not retesting where it's supposed to retest. You get my point? But it's still in an uptrend. Why? Because it has not yet broken here. Now the market eventually broke, and this low now made this high, and now pull back at this particular zone. Even though it did not retest here, because this is where eventually you are expecting it to retest, right? Now it now made this low. As far as the market is still below here, as far as the market is still trending, it's still trending below here. Below here, it's still, if can't you see that the market tried to break, but it did not break it and started pushing back. Now, here now is the last low before making this particular high. Sorry. It's the last low now. Hello? 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 Can you hear me now? Ooh. Hello? See, bro, I'm going to continue now. I'm going to send you the link. Maybe you can watch it later. Now, as you can see, the market is still trending below here. The market is still trending below here. As far as the market is here, it's still in an uptrend. You get? Now, what I was trying to anticipate, was combining it with this bar structure here. If the market should break this previous low and comes back to retest it, I'll be looking to take my profits here. You understand me? Now,
please, can you come back?
I'm
I can't
saying
hear
that
you before.
Okay, now you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, now the market has broken here. Like I said, this is the last swing low. It made this high. As far as the market is still above here, it's still trending up. This is an uptrend, and you can easily just identify it with the help of a trend line like this. You get my point? Even though it broke this trend line, as far as the market, did not break this last low here and comes back to retest it and gives you a change in momentum, the trend has not yet changed. I repeat, it has not yet changed, and you should not be looking for selling opportunities. You get my point? Now, okay, now the market could not break here. What I was trying to anticipate in that analysis was that combining it with this trend line here, if the market should reach this trend line and start pulling back and eventually breaks and comes back like this, I'll be looking to buy all the way here, and I can even trail it because I expect it to pass because it's a trending market. You get. Now the market is now it blew past the trend line. Okay. Now this analysis is done. It's burnt. It's gone. Okay. Now the market made this last high. Okay. It's very simple what you're now waiting for. It's not hard what you're now waiting for. Even a lay kid can see this, that you're now waiting for a pullback. You're waiting for a pullback at this level. It gives you a change in momentum. Then you enter your trade with your normal risk to reward ratio. Forget about structures on the left hand side. Do not use that unless if you want to be doing targeting manually, you get. But if you're doing this like this, you will win, you will survive, you get. It's just as simple as this, you get. So this is just basically how the market moves, you get. It's not really hard. I just need you to understand every single thing that is happening in the market. All right. If you have any questions, kindly chat me up because currently right now I'm done for today. We'll continue tomorrow or next time. I probably decide to schedule another meeting. Okay.